don't know if anybody's dropped by at all, but this is my second attempt at doing a live YouTube event. I went into town this morning, into Newcastle-upon-Tyne that is, to see Lorena had to go to hospital for a pre-assessment for a procedure she's having done. So we went into town, and I thought I'd just take my little GoPro Hero 3 camera in with me. So everything that you're going to see during this little demo has been shot this morning with the Hero 3. I did make the mistake of recording at 1920 by 1080, which is too much to stream, so I had to resize the clip. So again, that's another experiment, and whether it'll work or not, well, you'll be the judge of that. Please drop me a note on Facebook or email or whatever to let me know, not whether I'm any good or anything like that. That's the last of the worries. I just really want to see whether the technical stuff actually works, and that would be great if you could give me a bit of feedback. So I'm just going to sort of show some clips as we started off this morning at the Royal Victoria Infirmary. These are the new buildings in the middle of Newcastle. It's a really very impressive hospital, and it's nice sunny mornings. You can see on the left there we've got the older buildings. See them better here. I'm glad that they've kept some of the old buildings and things. I think it's all very well building new stuff, and the facilities are obviously excellent in terms of medical care. But it's nice to have the old buildings as well. I think certainly where they can be used properly, because they're very attractive, brick and sandstone built. So they're really very nice. We'll see the statue of Queen Victoria shortly, but this is the old building. And here we've got apart from me on the right, just ignore me, just trying some split screen stuff, but you can see there that the National Lottery is funding things there. I hope it's not actually the healthcare that they're funding, but just presumably the upkeep of the statue or something. So there's Queen Vic proudly in front of the hospital. I always thought it's a rather nice sort of facade there. It's a really a great thing in the city, and I'm very glad that it's been kept. So once I'd been up to the hospital, the main entrance there, I made my way into town. That's the arena went about bits and bobs, so the main entrance. Yeah, just Monsoon on the right there, a few of the shops. It's really just to experiment with some different camera angles. I thought I'd try some looking down on things with I had a little flexible legged tripod which I was hooking onto various items. People have probably seen that. That's the pigeon fancier in town. Rather nice, and these are just some pictures taken with the little pigeons at his feet. I think it's a really nice little statue. So outside Phoenix there, with a look from the ground. It's quite interesting the different shots you can get. And people, I've found, if you put a tripod down on the floor, not surprisingly, people tend to not notice that you're actually shooting video at all, and don't quite know what they think you're doing. But some quite interesting pictures. I think it was a nice little record of things. As I was looking around town, it was really nice and quiet this morning. But it's a great city, Newcastle. If you've not visited it, it's well worth it. I mean, all large cities have got their problems. This is Northumberland Street here, it's a city with an awful lot going on. There's nearly always some street musicians and things, and kiddies there being taken out on their leads or their reins to keep them safe. I'm quite sure there must be a local nursery or something taking the kiddies out into the the city just to have a look around and get some fresh air, which is I think is the right thing to do on these sorts of days. People sitting around enjoying the afternoon sun. Little market stall there in the street. I've been there for years and years. The fruit seller there was wondering what the hell I was up to with good reason really. This sort of lunatic sitting there with a camera on the floor. It's not what you see every day. There's Fenwick's window there. All the Christmas things gone. People trundling by, going about their business. It's interesting sitting with a little camera because people, there's some shops closing down. People really don't know what you're doing. It's just to sit and watch what's going on. These clips are completely unedited. I'm just cutting them together whilst I'm making this little presentation. I've got a screen in front of me, the Wirecast screen, which allows you to select different clips. I rather like that one left with the reflection on the Monument Metro entrance, and people coming and going there. I'm going to try and remember to look up at the camera rather than down at the controls. That's one of my favourite shops, Thornton's. I bought some chocolate gingers in there today, and I think Marina was very pleased with it because I managed to eat most of it. In fact, I ate all of them, which wasn't very good of me. But on we go, round about the town, the Northern Goldsmiths there. I always tend to have a look in the Rolexes in there and find it difficult to list. And my favourite shop on the right, the Apple store. No trip into Newcastle is complete without a trip to the Apple store. They seem to be doing something new in there today. They've got this group of people around the table watching like a group presentation. I think it's people learning how to use their iPads and things. So it was quite interesting to see what was going off. Not too busy today, really fairly quiet. So it was nice. Getting back to the split screen and round about the shops. Couldn't resist taking a quick clip of that. Not a shop that I go in, I hasten to add. And I've heard the products are very good, and these juice bars I think are a good thing. I keep meaning to actually try one, I think, that I haven't done yet. The escalators down from the lower level. And now we're back to monsoon. I was just sort of killing time, really, looking around, seeing what was going on. Little soul there on the seats, keeping a careful eye on what I was up to. Again, ground level pictures, the old guide dog there. I love guide dogs. I can't resist patting them. I really must get absolutely sick and tired of it, but I can't resist patting them. We're looking down into John Lewis's there. It'd be quite nice to take a time lapse and incorporate that into this, but then it gets all pretty time consuming. These are just my little tripod perched on the top of the banisters. It's quite interesting what you can pick up. As me standing in the mirror, I was looking at the LEDs on the camera just to see how obvious they were. The entrance into Marks and Spencer's. Yeah, this chap was good. I gave him a quid. He didn't mind me putting my camera in there, so I'll just let you listen to a bit of music. There's a chap further down the road who'd got a pitch in the shade, and he seemed to be freezing. And this chap seemed to be really enjoying the sun, so I'll just leave his music with you for a few seconds. Down towards Gray's Monument, again with the camera just popped onto the floor. Very effective way of doing things. The only difficulty with the GoPro system without the backpack is that you can't actually see exactly what you're filming. So with practice I'll get better at that. I've just chopped off the top of the water stones there, but you get some quite nice sort of street shops. They're a little record of the day. Certainly using the system that I'm developing here, this is incredibly easy to use. And then back into John Lewis's. I can never resist looking at the large televisions. The Ultra HD TVs are absolutely incredible, but it's a bit of a con really, because what you don't know, they don't give you the best from an ordinary television signal. It's all very well having these very high res pictures, but they're specifically for display. If you look at ordinary television on them, they're nothing like as good as that. So they're a pretty sort of specific market at the moment. And just generally looking around, John Lewis is definitely one of my favourite stores in Newcastle. It's I've never had a bad shopping experience in there. It's the entrance to where Lorena and I tend to go for a bite to eat and a cup of coffee, a place to eat, and that was taken just inside the eatery from the table we're sitting at, a nice place. But that brings me to the end of that really. I hope it's been a little bit of entertainment. I really hope that someone will let me know whether it's actually working properly in technical terms or how I can improve things. But all I can really say now is thanks very much indeed for dropping by. If indeed you did drop by, and yeah, I'll continue doing this sort of thing and try and polish it and refine things as time goes on, and then really perhaps start to use it in anger for some cycling events and things, which is the logical conclusion of all this really, to make our own little cycling television channel so I can incorporate other people's photographs and things into these. So thanks very much indeed for dropping by, and I'll review it and see whether it's been any good. Cheerio.